Afternoon, everyone. I've been meaning to make a video. I've been meaning to make many videos, but unfortunately, life has kept me very busy. Two jobs, 70 hours of work, 70-hour work weeks. Excuse me, I'm going to do this in one take, plus rental property. Well, I don't have time to shave or sleep, let alone make a video. And plus, every time I sit down to make a video, my subject matter has drifted off point. Because there's so much going on, because the left is screwing up things not on a single front, but every front. And no one seems to be going on the offensive. But there's one thing that just happened, this Boycott Indiana garbage. And it really does strike at the heart of what is wrong with what is happening in the United States and, by default, the rest of the world. It is taking away from the freedom of the individual. It is the group persecuting the individual. And I will get into that, but first let's just look at this logically. Governor Pence, which it's an existing law. It's not like Indiana created a new law to justify discrimination against anyone. It was a federal law passed in 1993 by, it was signed into law by President Clinton. I hate saying that. And if I remember correctly, 19 states followed suit with similar state laws supporting this. The biggest problem I have with this is freedom of religion is in the Constitution. So why in the hell do we need laws passed to reinforce the Constitution unless the Constitution is under assault? And that is the problem. The Constitution is under assault. But let's just look at this logically. Because I'm a capitalist, and we have to remember, this business is somebody's private property. It is the choice of that individual as to what business they will get into. And I really doubt that the left would push into the media if these extremist leftist activists, terrorists, were to go into a Muslim bakery or a Muslim florist and then get turned down because, guess what? It's against their faith as well. No, that PR with all the rest of the PR the left is putting out just would not add up very well. So instead, it's always the Christian that has to suffer in the United States. Now, personally, I'm not a Christian. I'm really more of a deist, but that's not necessarily relevant. We just need to slow down, take a step back, and look at this logically. The left has been on the warpath ever since evangelicals decided they needed to get involved in politics. And when did they decide this? With Reagan. With a true conservative, not a perfect one. Because no man is perfect. But at least he tried to walk what he talked, which is a hell of a lot better than anything we've had since. I mean, I liked W, but he didn't walk as well as he talked. I definitely didn't like Clinton or Obama, and Bush Sr., I'm sorry, there's just some of the legislation that he passed. I'm not even talking about the tax increase. Some of the legislation he passed was just so weak and so stupid and so liberal that it really had no business being passed and written into law by him, member of the GOP. But, as I said, I'm a capitalist. I believe in the free market. Now, the free market says, and this is very simple, free market says, if you are providing a service and people appreciate your service, you will succeed if you are giving them a good value for their money. So, gay couple goes into the florist, into the bakery, and says, we'd like a wedding cake. We would like a wedding bouquet for our wedding. Florist says, oh, I'd love to provide you with a cake, a bouquet, but I can't provide one for your wedding. If it was a birthday, if it was this, that, I could. I'd be more than happy to. But what you're doing is in conflict with my religion, so I cannot do it. So instead of going, okay, whatever, maybe even cussing them out, whatever you want to do, and just going down the street, around the corner, to the next business, the next florist, the next bakery, and saying, we'd like to have a cake, we'd like to have a bouquet for our wedding. And they're like, oh, okay, no problem, I'll take your money, gimme, 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 gimme. Now, instead of doing that, they immediately go to the government. They go to the judicial system. They file a lawsuit. They want the government to force that company, that business, that small business that cannot fight for and defend itself. They want to force them to provide that service that they didn't want to do. And it forces the small businessman or woman to either stick to their faith, which they hold very dear, or to betray their faith for money. And if they are forced to betray their faith, then these radical left-wing activists / terrorists feel vindicated. They won. They've beat down the evil Christian that hates them, just like the Westboro. And if they stick to their guns and they go into bankruptcy, well, we just drove that out of business. We just crushed them for hating us, for not supporting gay marriage. Which is a load of shit, either way you put it. Because in the free market, all you gotta do is just turn around, go down to the next place, complain to your friends, tell your friends, hey, that business didn't do anything for me. They didn't want to support who I am. Excuse me, I'm about ready to sneeze. They didn't want to support me. They turned me down because of who I am. And maybe the word will spread, and that business will be forced to either go out of business, or to change, or to relocate, whatever the circumstances are. Or maybe nothing will happen. Maybe their business will remain constant. But this other business around the corner that you went to, word will get out that they're all about the money. They don't care about religious morals or religious beliefs. So their business booms and everybody wins. Because the free market has been allowed to decide the course of events. If it is right, it will succeed. If you are giving enough value for the dollar, it will succeed. Now, let's just go ahead and reverse this logic that the left has. Because the left has this logic that because I open up a business in a neighborhood, it is my obligation to provide my services to anyone that walks in the door, provided they can pay for those services. No, that is not my obligation. My obligation is to myself. It is my business. It is my private property. What the left is doing, if you were to reverse it, is to say, I open up my business in your neighborhood. Now you are obligated to buy my goods. Who the hell would ever go for that? What we are doing is we're not showing no appreciation for the people that Try to provide a service. Try to boost the economic engine of the area, to bring more foot traffic into the area. People that want flowers, bakes, whatever the business provides, whether it's good or service. We are persecuting the people that help create jobs. We are persecuting the people that provide training, basic, fundamental training to entry-level workforces. Because people that go to work for a small business people, they'll take a chance on someone. They usually pay less because they can afford to pay less. They can't afford to pay the high dollars like a big company. So, generally speaking, people that work for a small business will be those that are trying to just get that work history. And a small business person will turn around and help that person grow as an individual. And a lot of times you can actually end up with a friendship with the boss. And the boss will take you under their wing and provide you with lots of knowledge and experience and training, and you can benefit from their experience. And they want to see you succeed. And maybe when you develop a lot of skills and you learn a lot about the business, they will be able to justify paying you more so they don't have to work as hard. But that's not how the left looks at it. The left looks at it as, well, let's just be blunt. It's discrimination. Everything is discrimination. That's why you have to force businesses, private property, individuals to provide their service to everyone. You can't say who you can and cannot discriminate against. Because discrimination is wrong, it's evil. Well, I hate to tell you this, but all of us discriminate every damn day. If I'm driving down the road and I see a minivan with an Obama sticker and they have a flat tire and the people are struggling to change a tire, guess what? I'm driving right on by because that Obama sticker loving fool deserves that flat tire, and I don't care. That's me discriminating against them. What race were they? Irrelevant. I don't care. I do not want to help anyone that loves Obama. I do not want to help anyone that loves Pelosi. Do I hate blacks because I won't help the person that loves Obama? Do I hate women because I won't help the people that love Pelosi? What about Reid? I don't want to support anyone that likes Reid either. He's an old white man. So what does that mean? I hate old white men? I'm sorry. The left's arguments are completely irrelevant. I open up a bar and I refuse to serve anyone who doesn't wear a tie into my establishment, because that's my dress code for the establishment. Higher class establishment. There's restaurants all the time. You have to have a tie to enter. I am practicing discrimination. What if I opened a bar and I wouldn't allow anyone cross-dressing to come in because it's a distraction? Because it's a bar where longshoremen go. Do you really want to be a cross-dressing person walking into a bar full of longshoremen? Maybe longshoremen have changed since I was little. I doubt they've changed that much. I'm pretty sure that would be a problem waiting to happen. So yes, we discriminate every day. And guess what? I believe that a business has the right to discriminate. They have the right to say, we will not serve you. We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. The GOP has the right to refuse to hire a liberal. The Democratic Party has the right to refuse to hire a conservative. Shocking, isn't it? Let me tell you a story. I have lived in Florida and I have lived in New York City, also Georgia. I saw more discrimination, outright racism in New York City than I saw in Georgia and Florida. The difference was in Georgia and Florida, it was in your face. It was, for lack of a better word, rednecks trying to open up their mouths and making asses of themselves. Such is their nature. But it wasn't that commonplace. Now, in New York City, the story I always like to tell is of this guy. He was either Jamaican or Haitian, I can't remember which. But he was of color, Caribbean. And he was given a job making significantly less, approximately 40% less than someone with no experience. Someone with no experience was making the same pay I was. And this gentleman, I can't remember his name, had the same amount of experience as me. Maybe even a little more. I can't recall exactly, but he should have been working alongside me. Instead, these guys hired, and it wasn't a small business, it was a major corporation. They chose to hire somebody with no experience, zero experience over the colored individual. And that's just one of many examples I saw in New York City. There was a bar that I'm familiar with. Never got to go inside. You know why? Because I'm not Korean. The bar only allowed Koreans inside. Did that upset me? Should I have gone to the government and demanded I want a drink in the Korean bar? Well, maybe I could have done that, but is it really worth the effort? Is it worth the trouble? No, I don't think it is. Instead, you know what I did? I went down the street to the next bar because I wanted a drink. I didn't want to fight. So if these people are going through all this trouble, they don't want the flowers for their wedding. They don't want the cake for their wedding. They are looking for the fight. And as someone that believes in the free market, we discriminate anyways, and if somebody wants to make an ass of themselves like the rednecks down in Georgia and Florida, so be it. Because when you're running a business, you have to make sure that the product or service you're providing is damn good. And you are providing a value for the money that cannot be beat. Because I will not support an establishment that is so ass backwards, whether or not you want my business or not. Which is the same reason why I don't support these leftist extremist terrorists in their their programmed agenda that they are pushing forward. I can't do it. I will not do it. I will not cross the line and hate gay people. I don't care about same-sex marriage. I don't give a damn. I'm divorced, okay? The sanctity of marriage is cost me too much money. I'm way disillusioned and jaded on that one. But I know too many good conservatives and libertarians that happen to be gay. So I don't care about who you're sleeping with. What I do care about is the Constitution. And I care about you perverting the Constitution in an effort to put forth your agenda. Freedom of religion. And you cannot pervert an amendment of the Constitution by saying this is the same as interracial marriages that were outlawed in the 50s. No, it's not the same. What you're attempting to do is to redefine marriage. Marriage which the government should not be involved in anyway. But I do not trust you to redefine marriage and then not come after the churches like you are coming after the businesses. So at this point in time, you will not have my support. Be careful how you push, because things have a way of coming back and biting you in the ass. Instead of trying to win the hearts and the minds of the people, you try to use judicial activism to push your agenda. If this comes back and bites you in the ass, all of you leftist activist terrorists that after the prop failed in California, because even California voted no for gay marriage, you were running around boycotting and protesting outside of businesses. And I remember the story of the waitress that gave $25 because she believed that it was wrong. And you people went into her place of employment and made her life miserable. That is disgusting. For you to turn around and try to attack every single individual just shows why you deserve no support. But I'm drifting, and I just wanted to say that Boycott Indiana is bullshit, and it only took me 30 minutes to do so. So, to all of you on the right, much love, and to all of you on the left, bye-bye.